The MH370 mystery, seemingly unsolvable for a decade, has been shockingly cracked by an AI. The truth is far more sinister than anyone imagined. March 8, 2014, MH370 vanished. 239 souls, gone. Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, one of aviation's blackest days. Hope dwindled. Theories ran wild. But now, a breakthrough. AI has delivered an answer. Prepare for the chilling reality. AI points to something deliberate, something unthinkable. Initial theories focused on mechanical failure, pilot error, accidents. Now, data paints a terrifyingly different picture. This isn't guesswork. This is code, algorithms, the most advanced AI analysis ever unleashed. It has uncovered a truth we can't ignore. Researcher Dr. Anatoly Karpov claims the AI unveils a deliberate act, not a crash, not a malfunction. MH370 was piloted, intentionally, into the deepest, most remote abyss of the Indian Ocean. A calculated act of destruction. Consider the implications, the chilling precision, the cold-blooded intent. What if MH370 wasn't a puzzle, but a plan? What if the answer was there all along, hidden in data only an AI could decipher? This isn't just shocking, it's terrifying. Buckle up. Once you hear this, you'll never look at the sky the same way. Karpov explains the AI dissected massive data sets, debris analysis, ocean currents, flight simulations. It found a pattern others missed. Recovered wing parts show damage consistent with a controlled water landing. Think Sullenberger, the miracle on the Hudson. This wasn't a chaotic plunge. This was a calm descent, an intentional ditching. Why conceal the crash site so perfectly? The AI linked Penang Airport's longitude to a flight simulation found on Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah's home simulator. Dismissed before as coincidence? Now it screams of a blueprint. The trench itself, a labyrinth, steep, narrow, sediment-filled. Sonar's nightmare. Karpov believes previous searches were doomed by flawed assumptions. They sought an accident, not a meticulously planned disappearance. The pilot wanted the plane gone, almost succeeded. This theory is terrifying because of control, not a lost plane, a captured one. Captain Zahari, a seasoned pilot, orchestrated mass murder and self-harm with chilling precision. This wasn't a breakdown. This was premeditated, simulated, executed with surgical accuracy. How do you fathom such intent? The Australian Transport Safety Bureau clung to theories of incapacitation, depressurization. Now, AI exposes a darker truth. This forces a gut-wrenching question. How well do we know those we trust with our lives at 30,000 feet? Karpov insists this isn't fear-mongering. It's data-driven explanation. For families drowning in unanswered questions, this offers something agonizing. Closure. But is this truth worth the pain? If one pilot could pull this off, what flaws exist in our safety systems? The AI didn't just process data. It told a story. A tale of cold calculation, silent intentions, and a carefully chosen watery grave. The most haunting part, if planned, MH370 wasn't just a mystery, it was a message. The AI theory ignited a firestorm. In the aviation world, debate rages. Experts clash. This isn't idle talk. It's passionate, deeply divided, emotionally charged. The core issue? A deliberate ditching versus a catastrophic crash. Who's right? Will we ever know? Proponents champion Karpov's research. The damage to MH370 mirrors the miracle on the Hudson. Not random, not cosmetic. Wing damage, flaps. The flaperon found, off Reunion Island. All point to a smooth water entry. Mathematical models support this. A glided ditching aligns with the sparse evidence. This explains the lack of widespread debris. A gentle entry means less fragmentation, less wreckage, fewer parts to find. But dissenters vehemently disagree. The evidence, they say, crumbles under scrutiny. Former investigator Larry Vance claimed flaps were extended, supporting a ditching. Others who physically examined the debris dispute this. Flaps retracted, everything changes. Controlled landing impossible. Retracted flaps suggest a plunge, out of control, fast, vertical. Mathematician Dr. Elena Petrova ran simulations. MH370 nosedived, wings and tail sheared off on impact. Fuselage sank rapidly. No floating wreckage. This explains the lack of debris. The science remains debated. Karpov's findings are reportedly slated for publication in the Journal of Navigation. Legitimacy, yes. Resolution, no. Former pilot Daniel Bubb states no theory matters without the black boxes. Flight data recorder, cockpit voice recorder. Only then can we say with certainty what happened. Until then, it's educated guessing. Journalist Jeff Wise warns against being swayed by complex diagrams. Unless you possess specialized knowledge, it's easy to be misled. Wise urges skepticism. Don't embrace a theory just because it's dressed in science and AI. We're left with stark divisions. Scientists believe damage patterns support a controlled landing. Skeptics argue evidence is ignored. The debate rages. Can AI solve a human mystery without the black box? Until found, the search continues. Heartbreak endures. Is this the breakthrough, or a digital ghost in the machine? What happens next will change everything. The unanswered question continues to haunt. Families shattered, search teams exhausted, experts divided. Now, a renewed call. Investigate a specific patch of deep ocean. Previous missions missed it. Why? Artificial intelligence. AI focuses on a spot in the Indian Ocean. The final chapter of MH370, the coordinates, 33.02 degrees, 100.7 degree E. The Penang longitude deep hole, 1,500 kilometers west of Perth, Australia. Dr. Karpov insists this is real, the most compelling evidence of MH370's resting place. He demands urgent action. If new tools can bring answers, why hesitate? This location was overlooked during the original search. A massive AUD 200 million mission never touched it. Ocean Infinity's high-tech exploration also missed it. Has the answer been hiding just beyond our reach? Karpov believes the eastern end of Broken Ridge holds secrets past searches couldn't capture. Technology has leaped forward. Ocean Infinity's Armada 7806 vessel. Not just a search ship. A command center for autonomous underwater vehicles. Sleek, deep diving, long-lasting, equipped with advanced sonar. This time, they're not guessing. They're heading straight for the AI-flagged coordinates. Quantum computing crunches data, ocean currents, satellite pings, debris drift patterns, lightning speed. Data analysis that took months now takes minutes. Cutting-edge satellite imaging offers sharper resolution. Real-time tracking, smarter, faster eyes in the sky. It's surreal. A machine might lead us to the truth. Perhaps that's what it always took. Human dedication brought us close. AI might help us cross the finish line. What if this chasm is MH370's grave? What if the answers have always been there, waiting for the right eyes? Malaysia's government has greenlit a new search. After a decade of heartbreak, a return to the depths. A no-find, no-fee deal with Ocean Infinity. $70 million US if they find the wreckage. A serious commitment. Transport Minister Loke's announcement wasn't rushed. They reviewed new findings from independent experts. Credible data. Hope tempered by facts. Multiple experts concurring. Could this be it? The new search focuses on a $15,000 square kilometer section. Vast, yet specific. The AI's analysis suggests the plane lies there. Ocean Infinity has been here before. CEO Oliver Plunkett says finding MH370 has been on their minds since 2018. 7 years of carrying that weight. A human side to this mission. Not just a contract, people wanting answers. The operation will last 18 months. A long time. yet potentially too short. The best window? January to April. Calmer waters. Timing is crucial. No guesses, no rushing. Technology, weather, data, luck. At its core, this is about the pain of families, the haunting memory of a vanished plane, the echoed question, how does a modern aircraft disappear? Will we ever get the full truth? This flight forced the industry to rethink safety. The next part of the story could affect every passenger, every pilot, every plane. MH370 shook the world. It exposed cracks in aviation's seemingly foolproof system. How does a plane disappear? Could it happen again? This tragedy forced introspection, rethinking plane tracking, pilot mental health. With AI entering the cockpit, could it have prevented this? Could it stop it from happening again? We're approaching that possibility. AI plays a quiet, growing role. Not just robots flying planes, smarter systems that watch, learn, react, eliminating blind spots over oceans, remote areas. Until now, large patches of sky lacked real-time tracking. That's changing. Aerion CEO Don Toma promises by 2025, no plane will fly without being tracked. A massive leap towards accountability. Peace of mind. AI detects anomalies in data sets, catches warning signs of mechanical failures, risky flight patterns, preventing emergencies, predictive maintenance, high-resolution micro cameras. AI models see trouble within aircraft systems, acting before problems escalate, reducing maintenance costs by 40%, saving lives. What about the human element? MH370 forced a look at pilot mental health, a tough topic in a profession valuing composure. What happens when pilots battle depression? Burnout? Many suffer in silence, afraid of losing licenses, income, identity. Psychological evaluations are minimal. Is it strange that someone responsible for hundreds of lives isn't thoroughly assessed? Following MH370 and the Germanwings crash, authorities are rethinking things. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, introduced robust mental health screenings. But even that isn't enough. Experts argue for consistent monitoring. EASA invests in tools to spot red flags earlier. Stress, isolation, mental illness. How can we talk about safety while ignoring the well-being of those at the controls? We're at a turning point. MH370 sparked meaningful change. Harder questions, smarter technology. Admitting human vulnerability needs attention. AI tracks planes, predicts malfunctions, supports better decisions. Regulators address pilot emotional burden. The future of flying could be safer, more humane. Will these lessons stick, or will tragedy remind us again? People in aviation say big changes are finally happening. Manufacturers aren't waiting for another tragedy. They're working on deployable flight data recorders, black boxes designed to eject and float. U.S. military technology now coming to commercial planes. Imagine a black box that floats, easier to find, cutting investigation times from years to weeks. Companies like Honeywell are sending real-time data to satellites. If something goes wrong, investigators won't wait for a physical recorder. The data will already be stored. How many lives could that speed save? But with great tech comes responsibility. Everything must work under international rules. ICAO Annex 13, guiding investigations across borders. Will we never see another aviation accident? No. Technology isn't perfect. Risk remains. But when things go wrong, we won't fumble in the dark. We'll have better, faster, smarter tools. Answers won't just serve families. They'll ripple out, pushing airlines and governments towards stricter safety protocols, smarter designs. The heartbreak of MH370 may never fade. The lessons are setting the stage for a safer future. In a world where flying is a daily part of life, isn't that the least we owe ourselves?